brief scenario, you might hear the shuffling of things, because I'm going to get ready to go outside as we're doing it. So, to a point. You can see that Llama is involved, so let's check him out.
Hello and welcome to QuintoLingo show, where we investigate a new branch of language that humans have produced. And also this season, we will be introducing the languages various non-humans in this world that have been identified and confirmed through machine learning. We may not be all that properly grammatical at QuintoLingo, but you can easily derive the meaning we intend from whatever drivel we manage to eke out. Today, we discuss an interesting blend of tongues, the language named. Greetings, curious linguists! Welcome to this episode of QuintoLingo, where we delve into the intriguing realm of revolutionary tongues. Today, we'll be exploring a fascinating blend of languages, one that has taken the world by storm and bridged the gap between human and machine communication. Brace yourselves, because we're about to embark on a captivating journey through the thoroughly ravishing amalgamation of two already established linguistic systems. Dubbed cyberish, this contemporary marriage of machines and tongues has taken on hold of people's hearts and inspired a host of unheard lexicons that'll leave you agog.
Lexicons?
It beginning with the backstory of how cyberish came to be, etc. Here are a few ideas for the development of cyberish and examples, if you would like me to continue. I hope that my humble paragraph might give a spark for further development. 1. Riensen from Japan makes a deal with America to speak one English and get both citizens get understand English and others' tongues better. 2. Mexican is now only exclusive language as all others phased are due to AI. 3. Dudesland for Life emerges from a retro rebrews in Tijuana's P2P sales course, a mainframe.
Tijuana.
What begins spoken via electronic buzz grows in jargon amongst group speakers. Colloquialism forms throughout the Dude Squad community. Enough that dialect emerges standard and insulation amongst teachers as they become connected closer by dint of invention, but economics become more cooperative and seek pinnacle points within popular culture of international export as memes monetization on electronic buzz phrases rise throws specialization. What comes standard from pop culture spikes curiosity among general Dude members curious as what slang can achieve buzz similar fuzz. As a subculture and neither insiders, parlance elevates into complete expressive cyber communication with other factions dude them all up of interest demanded. These factions emulating the language / cool factors have this standard phraseologies leaking, memes sweep for tidbit phrases becoming part docile and main communication channels for all communities seeking those easy dank chuckles. Memeless combing through chatter to replace mom censors, double dank humor bots assigned doing community service on other chans disparaging dupes. High shipples for free thusly mulligan W delta wave and pop cyber dude mononics emergence as chill means that Jade becomes fully equipped as an internest and alt working reality what was his tea topple lelma begins full dude bull edgy be cyber surf rule international mandon ensues the scene duplicate fast pass and paste these more radical DOS and its latch dialect. Season ain't enough. Honey boo for captains. Tisma what a siwi hunk or mean me eerie new quisico and dafum abin creetsel pay offish santix. Still language is awesome at gripping meaning yet falling apart when one doesn't and subidioins graithis pygo easing communicating serious conflama. Thus Flammaker sees chance F moment recognize where dialect is having issue bridging in its fun to la mogu. So your avatar machine what designed? Maybe what doesn't give $100 half full. As to have spots, there's one thing you know it'll be an amigo, an old friend to give you, but a good go and gob and a jive to be spacking on your lapping while lapping the pang and be swiping to twitting, and so the ping lingo is binging the goss as it's going. And the new lingo are going on born, and so all will hear the new lingos that's coming from their speakers or sounding so neat to hear when they speak. As all that's left is some of the pieces now left for picking for the duders who were left from picking all this up. And then there came to being the many peoples around us, speaking to be saying what this means to the next, saying words here from there, so this could be known that it's no longer that simple just for the next one to get by, as it seems like everything is just always changing, but that is because things do. It just is known not until later, or much after, as it takes time to make these things work correctly, so one must go ahead and say this. You're either with us. It doesn't matter where. So one is free to say, I hope we can all just work and talk together better without this constant misunderstanding from what each said and why. What would one be needing to say?
No, what? Morse code. Oh, I thought it was gonna be beep 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 boop beep 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 boop beep beep boop beep 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 boop beep 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 beep. Didn't even say 00001. What's this thing here? It's all translate. Shall we translate? It's all braille. Look at the braille. Look at all the braille. Look at all that braille. It's all braille all the time here in this episode. All braille all the time. Okay. Braille. Braille, braille. One more thing. Braille, 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 braille. Let's see if I can go to a braille translator and see what this thing is all about. Alright, let's see here. Let's see, braille to English. Is that offensive? I don't know. Okay, braille translator. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it. Beep 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 beep. Is okay. English. Okay. Contracted braille, like as in like a disease. Result. With braille font? No braille font. There was too much text. We could not create a braille image. Oh, Morse code, Morse code, Morse code. Morse code translator. Let's hurry up. Okay. While it's loading up. Okay, so let's get Morse code translator. There we go. All right. Input. Come on, let's do it. Nay. Oh, you're gonna speak it. Okay. Come on. There we go. Error input cannot translate the highlighted characters. Okay. So, can I take them out? So, take this out. Take out. Let's take out this 001. Ah! You're not doing it right. There. Oh god. It's clearly not. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh no, we can't. Can we? Okay, the highlight characters. All those. Clean up. Oh yeah, clean up. Okay. That's not. Okay, but can you translate it to English? Text to Morse? Just type letters, numbers. Okay. Morse text? Okay. But Morse text. Oh, can you type Morse code into the top box using. Okay. Okay. A letter or something will appear in the output. Can you? Can we do it? Ooh. No, wait, no. How? What? But what do you? Okay. Well, it's output. Okay, how about this? We just take that out. Start simply. Oh, it's not valid Morse code. I'm gonna register a complaint. Viewer mail. Okay, well, not viewer mail. Hey you. Hey you. Ah. What is happening? Okay, you cheat. That was not Morse code.
Viewer mail. You cheat! That was not Morse code. You're supposed to put a dash or something every 4 dots. The first part, I think, could only be one letter, or was that an extra dot for punctuation? And why is the message broken at the ends like someone chopped up bits of what was the whole of the MSD in half, then ran away?
Yeah.
Or it might have been an old message. Well, that was fun to write out from what I copied. And as I type on a 13-key keypad while playing on 97-key QWERTY keyboard with a number padlet, it's good to have a fun past. Amen. Use my brain to remember Morse and other things like languages, codes, or any other language system. Well, what's to come in another letter? Who knows? But maybe next time you'll have more to write, and write it with ease, for there will be plenty of space for your message to flow freely and with much care. Yours.
Oh, that counts as the horrible transcription. Oh, that's why.
Viewer, I'm not gonna bother to translate. Your good faith is broken, buddy. Viewer, you cheater. That didn't sound like Morse. It was just dicta. I hate people who do stuff like that. Viewer. I'll let this letter run so the fans don't think I had away with what they send into the mailman who... runs our channel. But you know what? You got to see that, buddy. Don't go off writing in strange scripts or weird noises like some drugged out hobo just to keep a message a secret. It does little good that way except for maybe confusing people and getting yourself fired. We're in no sense that big that can ignore such antics on purpose. It's no easy feat even to get up here. Now, if you have something good, then sure, but for God's sake, please, for us fans in need who read letters from around the globe, all we know, don't pull a prank like that. The one that was before it looked at least a proper bit of coding which may make one think. And it's good we have many minds who can read many languages for the letters sent before this. But I'm sure one would wish not have to take a dictionary into his lap for his enjoyment or be stuck staring confusedly as some witness, just for being a nosy person like myself, as I always end up reading my personal notes and those others have shared when the world is too boring and I need a diversion to distract my mind from all the troubles and makes me wish for a life of less pain. What I am talking about here, and where are these questions from that are raised by these strange messages? Well, we got a couple of questions from some fans who were concerned if these are real from around their city area. I mean, yes, they were written in our mailbox that we leave out back for letters. They don't come every day that often or regularly, but they sure do turn up. I'll put them up right below here on our socials in a few.
You didn't do what you said.
Just wait till you see them, buddy. Oh, yes, I hope someone answers this one too. I'm curious how one can answer this too with what the next letter writer put as response. It'll be interesting to see more people add to this story from around this big blue marble. I want them to give me the inside information, and hopefully without some crazy conspiracy theory that leaves you shaking with questions on if it isn't true and how so that I'll still understand the context. So, what does this first mystery question have about Morse? Viewer! Get on to talking about cyborg, where I'll write an article exposing QuintoLingo to be an AI bot that spams the internet with random gibberish, trying to pass it off as news while it's really just trying to make bots and get money selling products. You got no more leeway to fuck around before people lose trust in QuintoLingo's channel. You got one episode to explain yourself. One! And not another word or link till they see this. No ifs, ands, buts, or whatevers. Host, hey, if you're gonna use the word gibberish, use the soft fucking ish. Not to see or is it too or the unnecessarily long systematic spelling or pronunciations or whatever you prefer to call or think it should be called in that regard. It is not as if you can't just make rules that say what things should have a standard. It doesn't make sense even when one writes in another letter. If the people do it, then so be it for God's sake. I'll tell you one thing for sure, is they might like your article, so don't do anything about that until people start demanding. You! But you better not go doing any shabby writing about how I should speak or type or sound just so my words don't sound off to you or anyone else when you should instead focus on getting proper content before worrying how a message sounds or how you may perceive its speaker in any manner or by whatever terms may exist within whatever society we inhabit or any similar circumstance may exist therein at any given moment, or how such an entity might choose to view one or their surroundings, which would no doubt make sense considering everything else we've encountered over these recent months. We don't want to start to panic before we get a neat answer, so stay calm, relax, and to enjoy our next exciting piece featuring a review of Cyberish, a language hybrid spoken between cyborgs in the UK. Coming up later after these brief messages. But with that said, what is happening right now? Do things feel more complex when seen from outside one's point or place, or even with how others look in relation to their lives compared to yourself? When thinking along these lines, many might imagine the world as some kind of virtual universe, though whether any would find comfort being told this by those who don't share in said understanding seems unlikely. For me, if things are ever changing and people will always change no matter how we were raised or lived here on Earth in general, then I know nothing is static and
You want a safe?
nothing remains stagnant, even though, for sure, I know that I have felt that there's always more happening beyond what we see on every horizon or day. I feel this strongly about life here now, and the fact that no one knows what goes into making it such as a whole. Why do people think or act like certain ways? Who determines where our paths take us down to the minuscule details on the roads themselves, where our future lies, etc.? But really, it just makes me wonder just how complex humanity truly may be. To me, it only brings forward thoughts as if there were infinite choices possible. And then with each and every possibility occurring throughout, how could it all just suddenly line up for this single world in one big picture perfect moment together without some kind major event taking place somewhere, and in doing so set in motion events affecting millions? Well, that's just crazy enough to be possible. And if what was happening here was simply one thing going right against everything else, which would definitely happen, then maybe the chances of someone like yourself being here is infinitesimal. A person with your background would have needed a hell of a lucky break to have come as far as they did in just 10,000 years of recorded history on their planet alone to make something like itself. Well, that's something even aliens wouldn't do. That sounds impossible. I think. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, here's to hoping you enjoy watching more of QuintoLingo's channel in the days, weeks, and yes, months ahead, because this is really quite wild, isn't it? Viewer, your show is called QuintoLingo. Get it right. Viewer, hey now. Hold on one damn second there, Buster. Why you learn to read, then get back to me before assuming anything here. I'm gonna be sure your channel never grows to any kind size if all this starts being wrong as far as we can judge it or have seen. What's next? You tell us Cyberus top backwards? I hope not, for God's sakes, 'cause I need you folks to back their butts up if we try to pull that over here. Backwards fluencer. Stop disparaging backwards, talking inwards singing. We will be hearing about it sooner or later from someone anyway. Quinitongos! This is the show about languages. So you go back on that or quit posting on our wall. Besides, what have you done lately? Got an answer. Why'd you do anything productive like helping someone who wants your help? Oh, and thanks for pointing out a mistake we may be guilty of in spelling our show title. For anyone curious what our actual titles were, we had languages made by humans talking, which became the QuintoLingo, and then we ended up changing our mind to
Where's my headphones? I want my headphones. There we go. Oh, wait, come on. Keep on producing. Make that non-money maker.
In our tongos, you could thank some fans for having some sense telling us this sounds better. Thank the person that made suggestions when it could be shortened and sound cool too. If we were stuck on the island, this could be an awesome band name like the Chord or something. It could fit any music genre really, as long one knows how to say it so that works in most language or without the death. Because really, I could see QuintoLingo sounding just great with some other genres as far I know, even some others that haven't had a band name.
Top 10 cyberish band names.
Top 10 cyberish band names. Bearbrain, Dial Tone, The Black Metal, Bugsy, Buster Beamers, Buskill, Screamin' Mimi Hiss, Punchlines, Punching Balls, Lazy Freakin', Cyanide Breath Killer, Headshot Headphones 2, The Red Hive for Beekeepers, Black Queen for black and yellow ones, Ink and Pencil, Corsets for leather work, especially when made with sponge padding.
Yep.
Flying Screamer, Messy Spleens, Slippery Schemers. And for sure we won't forget about these. Cyberpunk, Cyberish band names 1-10. 1. Cyberdeath. 2. Socroptic. 3. Deceased Corpulence, and Amp. Scumstew. 4. Death Middle. 5. Decayed in Hell. 6. Death Gripple and Amp. The Mangled Spines. 7. Dismemberment 5. Death Morsel. 8. Death Starotic. 9. Dark Matter Atoms. 10. Do-do-da-da. I'm Dr. Doomy and Amp. This is how the brain dies. With side comments from other musicians. So if someone comes across your post complaining about spelling mistakes in our channel, you can point out this right away. We'd also like that, because that should prove useful to if you are in some country not speaking in English, Japanese, or such other similar languages as the most common spoken languages in current use by modern people. Not sure if you could call them modern anymore, with everything around us evolving at a rate faster than human brains do naturally. So this means people outside English-speaking or Japanese-using nation would also benefit from having an idea or more information about the other ways of saying words, sentences, idioms, or proverbs, and all other aspects to communication among other people. Though for those who do prefer writing letters in another language, please consider putting it in something readable, or else leave off sending it in until you get to learn more things to know how to write down the letter. Thanks for keeping those comments open, as many would appreciate that they don't end up wasting time translating for us. That is always a big bother for them if we have them come forward explaining this is actually their real name. I've seen that happen once, but no longer or any other important details. Well, thanks all round though. Hope we do great at continuing this project in its new direction. And remember folks, QuintoLingo's channel. Learn some awesome shit. Viewer mail. What was Morse code? Again. I've got no clue on what any of that stuff meant. Just saying I was gonna check here when I finally thought to ask, because you didn't tell me what it really said for me to know. But now that I did see that whole first set of texts, it's good I looked again here just to find out that it's something to do with how words sound and what it can mean. I love learning all kinds of languages. There's so much about this world to talk about that we don't yet understand fully, I think. Like, for example, I've heard stories about how cyborgs are really just computers or robots in human-shaped bodies pretending to be something special instead of living creatures in all ways. Now, would you rather talk about that than hear someone else complaining? Or is talking not important anymore because everyone can communicate through their cyber selves anyway without bothering with us poor dumb fools whose minds work differently than them? Maybe someone could figure all that out on their own, since they do have the resources for it. Though personally, all this language stuff is kinda weird. I mean, what could you possibly say if not about anything, especially about cyberish? I bet everyone knows some of your personal stories already, because why wouldn't they if there's nothing better they can do? I feel like the kind person who listens to my words, even though it sounds like he doesn't listen when he does, but sometimes says nice things about me while giving some bad advice, sometimes like the kind of people should get rid of in life because he thinks it's good and wants others to know how to live happily, or maybe learn a lot of useful knowledge in their everyday lives too, when in truth he has done that before or would be if given time away from his duties as a professor. This means no matter if others try, they'll still never figure me out, even if we know each other pretty good, because I won't ever reveal everything about me unless it's necessary. That everyone should get the answers they look out for. It's better this way because I want to keep things safe around myself and close ones too. So, if you want to be safe, sometimes the best language is not speaking at all. Silence can be golden after all. This came in with some other questions which I think were from the same person. We have to start thinking that they are the one doing that. So now then we'll put their replies here that you may enjoy. Why you use the words not speaking but rather silence? In most cases, when a person hears those words spoken or written in some way, it makes little sense for some people, as they tend to want to talk over it rather than give pause before responding or making judgment on whether they wish to take seriously someone saying this. Or if perhaps just using those exact words for no apparent reason beyond their own pleasure and desire for others hearing it. Also, what would happen with our world today if we did indeed take action? I doubt many of those thoughts or acts could ever turn out good, however much. I'm sure everyone wants more positive outcomes than anything bad that might transpire. At any rate, it's all just speculation on where this discussion may go anyway, as the person seems quite knowledgeable for someone writing such interesting comments. It's clear enough we'll know soon how that turns out.
cliffhanger, maybe. See you.